This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there, live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm the WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas, Mr. USA.
Tony, ever since Extreme Rules Weekend when WWE took over Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we made the announcement we're coming live to Melrose, Massachusetts, Somerville, Massachusetts, the second chapter of the Millennium Wrestling Federation, in-ring live, along with those meet and greets that the fans love so much. They're going to remember them for a lifetime, almost like you and I talking on these shows.
Yes. You know, the thing about the meet and greet is that the fans get to take pictures, get autographs with the wrestler, you know, talk to us, and tell us some stories that you experienced in the wrestling world, and we're going to tell you some stories that we experienced in the wrestling world. Some of my experience go all the way back to the mid-70s, the 80s, the 90s. So when you get around Tony Atlas, believe me, you're going to get a lot of stories. You know, I'm full of stories. I got a gift for gab, but Dan, I want to say something to you.
Yes.
I think that the best thing at this moment for the company and for you and for Mr. John Senior is for you guys.
No. Keep going, keep going. I respect your opinion. What were you going to say?
Well, I think that you guys should bury the hatchet, like me and Vince buried the hatchet.
Yeah.
Me and Rocky Johnson buried the hatchet, because the Bible says you must forgive and forget. Because the reason you want to forgive and forget, because it's baggage that you no longer need. I was sitting at a table in Legend House, and me and Hacksaw Jim Duggan had a falling out. And Gary Busey, the actor, he looked at me and said, "Tony, did you say what you wanted to say?" I go, "Yes." He said, "Hacksaw, did you say what you want to say?" Hacksaw said, "Yes." He said, "Good, it's over." So if both of y'all had expressed yourself, and explained to each other about how y'all feel, whether you like the other person's opinion or not, you have to move on in life. And carrying a grudge will do you more harm than it's going to do him. And if he carries a grudge against you, it's going to do him more harm than it's going to be. So even though you think you're hurting John Cena by your action, and John Cena is thinking that he hurt you, the person getting hurt is self-inflicted pain, because you're carrying that load around along with everything else you got to do in life. So the sooner you bury the hatchet and moved on, and it take a real man to apologize, say I'm sorry, and move on.
Tony, you know, I've known you since 1993 when you came to work Tony Rumble's debut event. I respect everything you have to say. I hope you know that. And I consider you not just a peer, but a friend. But at the same time, it has been a 14-year odyssey with John Cena Sr. here in the MWF in Boston Wrestling that it's difficult just to forgive, to forget. This is a man that tried to worm his way into the company, try to get ownership of the company, move all of our live events down to the Carolinas, to stick a knife into the hearts and the back of the great fans here in New England and the people that worked in the office here. How do you just forgive or forget that, Tony? I detest John Cena Sr.
Well, the same way that I forgive the man that will not give me a second chance when I tried to my very best to come back. Vince Jr. did a lot worse to me than John Sr. did to you, because I came back after leaving the AWA hoping for another opportunity to prove to him that I was not the same Tony Atlas. And what I got kicked in the teeth. I came back with him again. He put me with Mark Henry. What I got out of that, I got humiliation. He put me with Abraham Washington. What I got from that, humiliation.
But you got paid.
Yes, you can get paid, but you have to swallow a lot. I could pay you to come and wipe my butt every time I take a crap. You know, it's a crappy job. It's a shitty job. Yeah. But you just can't just look at the pay when you have to do it under them type of circumstances, you know. When you do public humiliate you and make you look like a big dummy in front of the world. If you watch all them tapes with me and Mark Henry, you will see Mark Henry humiliate me, insult to me every day every taping that they did. Vince went so far and had me do my laugh, which I like. That's my laugh. I'm not ashamed of the way I laugh. But he had me to laugh at myself. Anything that would make me look stupid, he was all for it. Even though I got paid. But I forgave him for that.
Tony, I understand that, but that was a televised characterization. What went on with John Cena Sr. was the self-implosion of this great organization for quite a period of time, because he thought there was more money to be made down in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
And before Triple H and NXT made independent wrestling, quote-unquote, so cool again and so popular again, he was right to some extent. But do you forgive someone that tried to look at a situation that affected so many personally as a business? How do you do that, Tony? You explain it to me, because I hate him.
Well, going back to what I was saying, you can ask Tony Rumble this, God rest his soul.
I can't ask
you
Tony.
Can ask
He's
Mario.
dead.
You can ask Mario Savodi and Tommy Savodi. Vince wrote numerous letters to Mario Savodi when he did the ICW. They say, if you use Tony Atlas and Alvin Pusky, he said, I would put you out of business. And he even tried to go so far as having Mario, when Mario ran a show, Vince had nothing booked that week. About a week before Mario's show, Vince would put on another show to put Mario out of business, would put me and Alvin Pusky out of business. Luckily for Alvin Pusky, he was one of the guys that was very good in handling his money. So Alvin Pusky, during that time, invested his money into buying a couple of gold gems, which saved his bacon. But in my case, I was on the road coming back, and he blocked me every inch of the way. AWA was pushing me tremendously. They was pushing me.
Vern Gagne.
Vince McMahon called me up one day and said, look, Tony, I got this African trip that we would like for you to be on. Now, I trusted Vince, so he sold me a ticket, but when I looked at the ticket, it was a one-way ticket to Toronto, Canada. I questioned it a little bit in my head, but I went in, I talked to Vern about it, and Vern said, are you sure you're coming back? I said, yes. He just need me for the African trip. So when I got to Toronto and everything, we did it hit me, he put me on TV. So I asked Vince, I said, Vince, is Vern okay with me being on your TV? And I was wearing the AWA title at the time. Me and Jumpy Jim Brunzell just beat
champions.
Right. We just beat a Hawk and Animal, the Road Warrior. They would call themselves the Legion of Doom at that time. It was not the Road Warrior; they were the Legion of Doom. And anyway, make a long story short, Vince said, "Well, I figure that when you accepted the African trip, you also accept coming back here." This was around '95 or '96. So I said, "Well, let me call Vern to explain that to him." He said, don't worry about it. I have already talked to Vern. And from that day on, that's when he was jobbing me out, around '86, '87. And I saw Vern in 2006 at the Hall of Fame. I walked up to him and I said, well, I guess everything, it was okay with you at Vince. I said, why did you allow me to go back with Vince? He said, I didn't. He said, you told me you was going for 2 weeks to Africa, that you was coming back. And he said, I said, did Vince call you? He said, he never called you. So yes, Vince, yes, that had been done to me many times. It been done to me by my friends in wrestling. You know, it was done to me with Rocket, and I forgave Rocket. It was done with me with Tagger Conway Jr., and I forgave Tagger Conway Jr. It's been done to me 1,001 times.
Like I said,
and if I hold a grudge for everybody that ever tried to screw Tony Atlas, I wouldn't have room to put anything else.
Tony, the problem, again, here is it's not even just a professional thing. Personally, look at the problems he tried to cause in my real-world interactions with Linda Moratti and the kids. How do you just forgive that for the good of professional wrestling? I don't know. You're a wiser man than me.
You do it for your self-peace.
Self-peace.
Peace among yourself. You have to bury all that old stuff that you cannot change. And if he don't accept your apology, if he don't accept your forgiveness, that's on him. But Dan Morella have a lot more in his life than to carry around that baggage. I was married to a woman one time. I've been married several times. And every time she got upset, I had to sit and listen to her about her ex. And I said, why you keep telling me this? I said, am I anything like him? And they said, no, but in the back of my mind, I think you could be like him. Well, what do you mean I could be like him? Because all you men, you can't trust you men.
Do you trust John Cena Sr.?
I have no reason not to. He asked me to do a drawing for...
Andy Wong at Kowloon.
Yeah, for
a
Kowloon.
good friend.
And that went the good. And I only had one dealing with him, where you had many dealings with him.
14 years worth.
But the best thing to do with anybody you don't have any trust with, get it in writing when you come back around the fence. That's all you got to do.
That here, ever since you began to work with us over the years here in Boston Wrestling, the MWF, that you've been treated with respect, that you've been treated fairly, that your money has always been right. Is that accurate?
Yeah, well, so far, Dan, I have worked with you on several occasions for over a couple of years now.
Yes.
And what I can say about Dan Morales, he's a man of his word.
Thank you.
A man is,
That
my mother
means
said, a
something to
man
me.
is only as good as his word. Because if you can't trust what nobody say, then, the best thing to do is bury it's water under the bridge with you and Mr. Cena. Bury that, forget about that. But if y'all ever should do business again in the future, if that ever should come, you want to get it in writing from this point on. No more handshake, because you already, I don't know what went on between you, but for what you say,
it was an inside job.
Where he can't be trusted.
Yes, he cannot be trusted, and you're telling us to bring him back.
Well, I didn't say to bring him back. I bring him back under different conditions. Not
Do you trust him?
If I got what he's saying in writing, yes. Yeah, because you can't change that paper.
As much as I dislike him, I can say he's a shrewd businessman, but he's been a successful businessman.
But carrying around a grudge is only going to hurt the carrier.
Well, there's a big grudge to carry around with him.
Well, get rid of it. It is going to eat you up inside.
Well, I can say, Tony, I have to be fair with the man. Some of the great successes we've had in this company has been under his watch, but I don't know about trust, I guess is what it boils down to in the end. I know I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you.
When it comes to business, you have to put business in one place, put your personal problems. Sometimes
Do you think that's my problem with Cena?
I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's not a problem yet, but you have to see what is more beneficial or not for you, but for the company.
But you trust him.
Vince probably
You
didn't
trust him. I got to get to the bottom of it, Tony. You trust him.
Well, I didn't say I trust him.
You don't trust him.
I just said that I would go and handle it in a different fashion. I would not go at him.
I respect that.
Right. I would not go to him with open arms and an extended
I hate
palm.
him, though. I wish he would die.
Don't say that.
But I do.
Don't say that.
Well, if he did to you what he did to me and my family,
Well, you don't
and to your company, you'd feel the same way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I'm trying to save your soul.
My soul needs to
Your
be saved.
soul.
All right, well.
I'm trying to save your soul. The Bible says, forgive and forget. Now, I don't want you disobeying God on your personal feelings.
I know you and I are working on a lot of great talent initiatives for both the independent wrestlers and some of the great superstars that have been known around the world from their time in WWE. We have a WWE Hall of Famer that's set to debut with us at a live event coming to Melrose. We have two recent WWE title holders that are going to be a part of the big Melrose endeavor. Tony, it's going to be a happening, and I know you and I, baby, we're going to be like the Siskel and Ebert. We're going to be the hosts of the big event. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm just yawning here, stretching out them shoulders.
Yeah,
I
there
hope
you
you
go.
don't
There
mind.
you go.
I just
All right.
stretch out them shoulders, baby. All right,
All right, fans, as we wrap up this great segment, every WWE pay-per-view, look for some kind of an announcement from myself and Tony, or just me as he's busy posing, about what we have coming to Melrose. For the Hall of Famer, Tony Ellis, I'm Dan Marotti. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well. I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Let us tell you how the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation can help raise cash for your nonprofit cause. Experience the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation live in your city, throughout New England, the tri-state area, down through the Carolinas, out to our friends in the Midwest and beyond.
If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive turnkey experience while putting enough fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner to work with. every step of the way.
The MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere and anywhere.
Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town. Not for a wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph, pose photo opportunities, Q&A sessions, and so much more. It's the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and greet reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more.
Our live events are fit for fans of any age from 5 to 95. This fall, as part of our new Kids Club program, we offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far on our local television offerings and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platforms.
Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the NWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause.
Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year to your community.
Don't just take it from us. Here are the folks we've teamed up with in the past.